Welcome to Global Feed. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. Airbus, the European aerospace giant, has long been a symbol of innovation and ambition in the aviation world. Its aircraft crisscross the globe, connecting continents and powering economies. But beneath its seemingly healthy exterior, the company is now facing a series of mounting crises that threaten its future. Demand for new fuel-efficient jets like the A320neo is soaring as airlines race to modernize their fleets and cut emissions. Yet Airbus simply can't build them fast enough to keep up with the surging orders, creating a growing backlog that frustrates customers. The pandemic's global shutdown shattered the company's intricate supply chain and drained its pool of skilled workers, leaving deep scars that are still healing. Production lines are struggling to restart at full speed. Parts arrive late. Labor is scarce, and the rhythm of manufacturing has been thrown off balance. Airlines, eager to expand and renew their fleets, are growing increasingly impatient as delivery dates slip further into the future. Meanwhile, the aging A380 Super Jumbo has become a costly distraction, draining resources as airlines and Airbus alike struggle to maintain these giants that are no longer in high demand. Airbus is caught in a difficult balancing act, ramping up production of new, in-demand models while still supporting the problematic A380 fleet, which continues to require attention and resources. The result? Delays, uncertainty, and mounting frustration for both airlines and passengers, who are left waiting for solutions and reliable service. To survive, Airbus must urgently fix its tangled supply chain and address workforce shortages, all while managing the costly legacy of the A380 and ensuring it doesn't drag the company down further. The company is fighting a war on two fronts: innovation versus legacy, and the stakes couldn't be higher for its future. The next few years will be a true test, determining whether Airbus can recover its momentum and restore its reputation as an industry leader, or if its troubles will spiral out of control, threatening its place in the global aviation market. The world is watching closely to see if Airbus can weather this perfect storm and emerge stronger on the other side. Airbus's backlog has ballooned to over 8,600 aircraft, a staggering figure that represents years of pent-up demand from airlines around the world. This isn't just a number, it's a mountain of unfulfilled orders that continues to grow as new requests pour in faster than planes can be built. At current production rates, Airbus's order book would take nearly a decade to clear, even if every factory ran at full tilt without interruption. Each new order stretches the timeline further, making the challenge even more daunting for the company and its customers. Airlines, eager to modernize their fleets, cut fuel costs, and meet environmental targets, are stuck waiting as deliveries consistently fall short of ambitious targets. For many carriers, these delays are more than an inconvenience. They're a strategic headache. Delays of months or even years are now common, forcing airlines to rethink growth plans, postpone new routes, and miss out on lucrative market opportunities. The ripple effects are felt across the industry, from route planners to frontline staff. With Boeing facing its own crises and production slowdowns, airlines have nowhere else to turn for relief. The options are limited, and the competition for available aircraft is fierce. The duopoly at the heart of global aviation means the entire industry is gridlocked when both manufacturers stumble. There's simply no alternative supplier with the scale to fill the gap. Airlines are forced to keep older, less efficient jets flying longer than planned, driving up maintenance costs, burning more fuel, and reducing passenger comfort and satisfaction. Some carriers have even shrunk operations, unable to replace retired planes or expand their networks as intended. The impact is especially hard on smaller airlines and those in emerging markets. The backlog is no longer a sign of success. It's a bottleneck throttling global aviation, creating a logjam that affects every link in the air travel chain. Passengers and airlines alike are paying the price for this delivery paralysis, facing higher fares, more frequent delays, and fewer choices when booking flights. The industry's growth is now physically constrained by what Airbus and Boeing can actually deliver, putting a ceiling on expansion and innovation. The pressure is on Airbus to break this deadlock, ramp up production, and restore momentum to the global aviation sector. The future of air travel, and the hopes of millions of travelers, depends on it. Building an airplane is a logistical feat. Millions of parts must come together in perfect harmony, each one meticulously designed and manufactured to exacting standards. Behind every aircraft are thousands of suppliers, each responsible for a unique component, and there's absolutely zero margin for error. One faulty part can put lives at risk. The pandemic shattered this delicate system, forcing many small, specialized suppliers out of business and draining the industry of skilled labor that took years to develop. When demand for new planes returned, the expertise and production capacity simply weren't there anymore. Factories that once thrived now struggled to find experienced workers and reliable partners. Replacing lost suppliers is a slow, heavily regulated process. Every new supplier must pass rigorous safety checks, and certification can take months or even years. There's no quick fix in aviation. Even industry giants like engine makers are struggling to keep up, leaving nearly finished jets grounded for want of a single missing part, sometimes something as small as a bolt or a sensor. Airbus is now scrambling for everything from engines to cabin seats, and any missing component, no matter how minor, can bring the entire production line to a halt. The supply chain is stretched to breaking point, and a single delay can cost millions of dollars, not to mention the ripple effects across airlines and passengers worldwide. The industry's recovery hinges on rebuilding this fragile network of suppliers, logistics, and skilled workers, a process that requires time, investment, and global cooperation. Until then, every new jet that rolls out of the factory is both a minor miracle and a major challenge, representing the hard work and resilience of thousands of people. Airbus's production woes are just one example of a much deeper, industry-wide problem that affects every manufacturer, big or small. The path to normalcy will be long and uncertain, but the determination to keep flying is what keeps the industry moving forward, one painstaking step at a time. The A380, once Airbus's crown jewel, is now a burden. Only 251 were built, and maintaining them is a logistical and financial nightmare. Airlines face soaring costs for mandatory safety checks and struggle to find spare parts, often cannibalizing retired jets. Even a single grounded A380 can disrupt entire schedules, frustrating both airlines and passengers. The industry has moved on to smaller, more efficient twin-engine jets, leaving the A380 as a costly relic. Airbus must support the aging fleet, diverting resources from its urgent production challenges. The A380's legacy is a cautionary tale of ambition outpacing market reality. For Airbus, it's a distraction at the worst possible time. For airlines, Airbus's delays are more than a nuisance. They threaten business models and growth. Carriers like Ryanair and Singapore Airlines depend on new jets to expand, cut costs, and launch new products. Delays force airlines to keep older, less efficient planes flying, driving up fuel and maintenance costs. This means higher fares, more technical issues, and a risk to brand reputation. Strategic plans unravel as new routes and cabin upgrades are postponed. In some cases, airlines must shrink fleets or cancel routes, reducing competition and choice. Passengers face fewer flights and higher prices as a result. The entire industry is stuck in limbo, waiting for the manufacturing machine to catch up. The ripple effects are felt at every level. Passengers are feeling the squeeze from Airbus's production woes. Fewer new jets mean fewer seats, pushing airfares higher and making last-minute deals rare. Travelers expecting modern comforts may find themselves on older, less comfortable planes. Reliability suffers as aging jets are pushed harder, leading to more delays and cancellations. New routes are postponed, limiting travel options and forcing inconvenient connections. The dream of seamless, affordable air travel is slipping further away. Airlines can't deliver on their promises, and passengers are left disappointed. The impact of Airbus's crisis is personal, affecting millions of journeys. The world of travel is shrinking, one delayed delivery at a time. The road ahead for Airbus and aviation is long and uncertain. Supply chain and labor issues will take years to resolve, with recovery likely stretching to the end of the decade. Airbus must overhaul its supplier relationships, invest in automation, and rebuild its workforce. The era of the jumbo jet is over. The future belongs to efficient twin-engine aircraft. Airlines will scramble for scarce delivery slots, and existing ones will become valuable assets. Higher fares and less choice are likely for passengers as airlines adapt to slower growth. The crisis has exposed the fragility of global manufacturing and aviation. Airbus's ability to adapt will define its future and the future of air travel. The company that rebuilds its supply chain fastest will shape the next era of flight. The world is watching to see if Airbus can rise to the challenge.